Hello everyone! 안녕하세요. We're AnnJaystudio. Welcome to Car Story. Today we have a 2019 Chevy Blazer. In this overcrowded SUV market, it's really hard to stand out. But the Chevy Blazer, especially the RS trim, is really unique.
I already reviewed this car in Korean, so I would love to do like in-depth review and driving review.
Let's check it out. The Blazer is Chevy's mid-size SUV. We have an RS trim here. The RS trim is one of the higher trims, but it's the sporty design. There's also a Premier, which is the luxury trim, and then a more base trim. The RS design has a lot of sporty features that aren't on any of the other trims. This RS also has a sport package. Let's take a closer look at the front design. The first thing that stands out to me is this big grille. The RS trim has a black mesh grille. The other trims have a more straight across horizontal bars, and on the Premier, they're chrome plated. Personally, I like the mesh.
Yeah, mesh and high gloss plastic. This is expensive plastic trim, like a matte cheap plastic. Lots of cars have under like a bottom trim, but this car you can't not see any matte cheap plastic trim.
Right, it's all a shiny black plastic all the way down to the very bottom.
I think Chevy tried to make this car as cool as Camaro. So it has a very like a Camaro look. The chrome plate that divides this grille. Other trim has like a silver, but this one's black chrome. This one has a variable shutter in front of the radiator. So that controls the airflow. When you go fast, the shutter shuts down, so cars are gonna be more aerodynamic. So RS trim has the black Chevy logo too.
All other trims come standard with a gold Chevy emblem, but the RS standard is black. Also, another feature not on this one is that this can glow.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
that
an
part.
optional upgrade. On the hood, you have some strong body lines. I really like the 3D effect that it causes.
It almost like it's made of like polygons.
The lights on the Chevy Blazer are really cool. This one down here is the headlight. Above is the thin LED daytime running light that's always on.
Yeah, I love that, like a big grille and then really thin light. This is really trend. They made it like so thin they cannot even fit the headlights, so they made it headlight
down
at
here.
the bottom.
When you get really close up, there's a lot of 3D elements to this light. They really pop out. And when you come up and look closely at this ultra thin light up here, there's a little Chevy emblem. It's a nice touch. Let's look at the side of the Blazer. This is the sport package, so it has this decal on the side. Embedded in here are a ton of Chevy emblems. Kind of cool, it's kind of cheesy. The characteristic of the side of the Blazer are these really strong body lines all the way across, coming up all the way to the rear window, kind of like eyeliner or something. There's a lot of black accents on the RS trim, notably the Blazer logo in black. I love that. It looks so much better than chrome.
Black plastic on the A pillar and the D pillar and the black line actually that divides the roof and the body. So it's kind of cost reduction way to do it, but still that makes like more sporty. I love this, the chrome accent on the side. It looks like a knife. I almost can say this is Cadillac design. The bottom trim, as I mentioned, it's all high gloss. This plastic trim is not part of the body, it's part of the door. When you get in the car, get out of the car, if you put like a dirty stuff on the body, and you won't be able to see it if you close the door.
That's nice. I love the way the high gloss continues around the wheels.
This prevents like a corrosion on the body. But the one thing is like they put all the high gloss plastic, but around the window they put rubber. When we saw the Porsche Panamera, they put black plastic around it. It looked way cooler than the chrome.
It is a matte rubber, so I guess it doesn't look as cool as a high gloss plastic would look. Let's take a look at the mirror. The mirror is really angular. It has some sharp angles on the outside. It gives it that sporty look. On the RS and Premier higher level trims, these are heated and auto dimming. Like most SUVs you see these days, you do have this little chrome button on the door handle. It bothers me, I know it's for auto locking and unlocking, but I wish that it wasn't there. There's no other chrome accents on the whole Blazer, so it really stands out. Check out these wheels. Now this RS has a special package and it's upgraded from the standard 20-inch wheels to 21-inch wheels. I love the design.
I know it's the RS trim, they wanted to look really sporty, so they put all black. But the thing is, a lot of OEMs now make it black wheel, but they divide the tones. This one only like a 1 tone, but if they put like a little more like matte part, a little different tone, you know, that might really spice up the wheel.
This of course brings us around to the rear. The first thing that really stands out are these rear tail lights. They have a really 3D effect. They pop out. I love it.
Yes, most of the like headlight, the graphic effect, they put this graphic inside,
Right.
but this one's actual like structural effect.
Yes.
It's like popping out, and then maybe because this is an RS model, so around it, it's black.
Right.
I really like it. Also on the tailgate, there's huge like a structure coming out. It is excessively sticking out, but that makes the back of the car looks way like masculine.
At the top, the rear spoiler really protrudes at a sharp angle.
Yeah.
I like it. It adds to the sporty effect.
That looks almost like Lamborghini.
Yeah.
That has like the structure.
And these sharp angles here in the light, it's
Yes.
a really nice spoiler design.
Well, I also like the like has a big shoulder. I really like the part that makes this vehicle way more sporty.
When we come down here to look at the diffuser, you have a nice little fin in the middle to make it more aerodynamic. The RS comes equipped with a tow hitch, and this looks like the cover right here. The exhaust pipes are actually differently designed for each trim. On the lower trim, they're really round. The RS has this rectangular version, and then on the Premier, it's a rectangle, but it's entirely integrated into the rear bumper. Let's open up the trunk. It is automatic. And on the front, there's a button where you can adjust the height. You can adjust it to full or 3/4 open. The trunk is really sizable. It's really deep. It's 30.5 cubic feet of storage space. One thing I personally really appreciate is that there's little pockets on the side. I really love this when you're grocery shopping and you have something you don't want to spill, like a giant jar of kimchi.
Also, this is very deep, but the thing is that the body is a little slanted here. Height-wise is not that good, but still the depth kind of covers a lot of storage.
Right. And on the RS and Premier, they come with a luggage stabilizer bar, and it's adjustable on these racks, so you can really hold your luggage in place. Lifting this up, there's not a whole lot of storage around the spare tire. From the back, you can put the rear seats down. There's a lever. They fold really quickly and create a really flat storage space.
You have to manually like raise it up, but still this is like really nice feature, because even some of the like luxury brand, they still make you go to the second row to fold it down.
Coming inside the Blazer, the design is just like a Camaro.
I know a lot of people in Korea, they have a problem with the Chevrolet like interior design, but I think I like this more than Cadillac design.
Yeah, this
The
is
interior.
really nice. The most striking feature of the design is these circular vents, which match the Camaro. And on the RS trim, they've got this red outline.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Really sets them apart and matches the contrast red stitching going along. The RS trim is pretty expensive, and on the inside you do see a lot of high quality materials. You've got this padded leather on the dash that comes down to the center console.
Armrest and the door, they're all like leather finish. A lot of people do not like this hard plastic material. I see quite a bit of it, but it's all on the bottom of the structure. So like, I don't think it really matters.
Right, where it really matters around the infotainment center and on the top of your center console, it's a really nice finish. There's a lot of black chrome accents across the dash and around the interior, so it does feel like you're driving a luxury SUV.
I don't know why people don't like this car's interior in Korea, but I do not understand. This is like one of the best interior I've ever seen, except size of the screen. It's kind
Yeah.
of small.
All trims come with an 8-inch infotainment screen. It's not that big, but with the design, it really does stand out. It's pretty responsive.
It is responsive. That is kind of like important part.
On your home screen, you've got your favorites on the bottom. It doesn't quite slide. It kind of snaps across, which looks a little cheap. RS and Premier come equipped with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto.
Buttons, they're big and really intuitive. I like it, but only if they had a like finish around the trim, you know?
A lot of the luxury models are moving away from physical buttons on your console. Like when we were in the Audi A6, it was just two giant screens, which looked cool, but when you're driving, it's really hard to see where you're touching. You have to look. So I really like that the key buttons are down here duplicated in physical form. I think that was a good idea. One thing you'll notice when you reach for your passenger side glove box is there's no handle. I have no idea why they took off the handle and made a button.
But it's almost electric though. It's really fancy. They put features that only luxurious brand might use.
So moving on down to the HVAC controls, you've got one row of buttons. They've got a little ledge on them. The strength of your AC or your heat is below, and you have a little light showing you how strong it is.
That's as cool as the vent.
Yeah, the vents
Vent,
are
yeah.
awesome. You turn them to adjust the temperature.
You can change the like angle. It's like a 360.
And then if you spin the center part, you close or open the doors.
But one thing I don't like is actually this protruding structure is obstructing the view. You can't really see the button, and sometimes you cannot even see the temperature.
As far as connectivity goes, you've got one USB-C and one standard USB port. Some of the RS and Premier trims come with wireless charging pad. This does not have it, but it does have a nice small storage space here with a rubberized gripper bottom. The gear shifter is pretty small, but it's a good grip.
It is a beautiful like accents and the red chrome.
Yeah, shiny red RS logo underneath the gear stick is awesome. The cup holders are pretty standard. Then you've got your driving mode shifter, which is weird. It's kind of like an old rotary phone where you just twist it once.
Yeah, it's like almost works like a button.
And then back here you've got a space to put your key. If you open up the center console, plenty of space and two more USBs and an SD card reader and a 12 volt. The steering wheel on all trims of the Blazer is leather. It also has the contrast red stitching on the inside, and it has these brushed metal accents, which I really like. Otherwise, the steering wheel design is okay. These buttons that control your cluster are a little basic. Also, they're really big, so if you're holding it on the sides of the wheel, they're kind of in your way.
I wish the steering wheel is a little more sportier. KOR is too like a pickup truck kind of vibe.
Let's look at the cluster. The cluster also has an 8-inch screen.
Cluster design is really nice. Brushed metal trim inside and then black chrome outside. That's very sporty. This car has like an 8-inch screen that you want to utilize as much as possible, but they made one big speedometer virtual that you cannot get rid of it. That has to be always there, so it takes up all the space of the 8-inch screen. So it's not that customizable because that thing has to just stay there.
The seats on the RS have a lot of red accents on them. Red stitching and red perforations on the center. They don't have a lot of support on the sides. Yeah, the butt is really flat. They could have some more support. Checking out the rear seat in the Blazer, there is a ton of room. I have like a full foot of clearance for my knees back here.
Almost as big as GLE or Q8. This is huge room.
Yeah.
But the headroom's a little controversial. It's a little low.
Headroom could be low. The seats in the rear recline.
It does recline. That's really nice.
And it slides forward and backward.
Yeah.
There's a bar.
Yeah. It is really luxury feature. And then there is no shaft tunnel. It has like slightly, like a half-inch. Does not bother anyone who sits in the middle seat.
Yeah, there's no rear HVAC controls, but there are two vents in the center.
The designs are awesome. It's almost as cool as the XT6.
The design is good, but it does use that cheap plastic material, and it's pretty obvious. There's some chrome accents that set off the HVAC, and plenty of charging. Another USB-C, USB, and an actual outlet.
Yeah.
There's also some storage down here, so I guess you could charge your phone and keep it in the center. We can pull down the center armrest. It's simple. It's really not cushiony, which is kind of a bummer. It's not that comfortable. There's a lot of visibility in the back. The moonroof or the sunroof is really, it comes all the way back. Yeah. So overall, I personally really like the Blazer RS. I love the design, I love the sporty feel.
Very roomy, and the interior was almost as good as luxurious car.
The interior is totally awesome. We haven't seen how it drives yet, but we're about to do that, so we'll let you know. The Blazer RS trim starts at $40,000. This RS has the sports package and the wheels and sun package, giving it the 21-inch wheels and the dual panel sunroof, so it's about $45,000. The luxury version, the Premier, has a similar pricing, and then your base version starts at $28,000. Is it worth the price tag?
Oh, definitely though. I would definitely buy this over luxury brand car. But there has been rumors that Blazer might come out in Korea like next year or something, but it's a rumor. Also, Trailblazer will definitely come out in Korea. It looks really similar to this Blazer, so I'm pretty excited.
If you haven't yet, be sure to check out our driving review, where we talk about more specs and take it on the road. If you liked our review, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We've got a ton more reviews coming, in Korean and in English. Thank you for watching our video. 감사합니다. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.